Thank you for joining, everyone. We'll be live in just a moment. Welcome everybody to MDX Global Connect UK Europe edition. My name is Sean Bambrick and I'm joined by my two wonderful co-hosts, Paulina and Josh. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hello everyone, I'm so excited to have you here. My name is Paulina and I'm a current student at Middlesex University and I'm studying law here. And I'm originally from Slovakia, but I decided to move here and pursue my dream and tell you more about it.
I'm Josh. I work in the admissions department. I'm the person who you'll come to if you have any questions or need any advice about your future at Middlesex University Dubai. I'm from the UK and I love working here.
Thank you both. So the two guys are going to go off and give us a live campus tour of Middlesex University Dubai. They're going to show us around our amazing facilities here. So two of you guys, get out of here, go for your tour, and we'll hear from you in a little bit.
Perfect. Let's go.
Go for it.
Come with us.
So just when the guys are going to get set up in position, I can tell you a little bit about Middlesex University Dubai. So we're the largest UK university in the UAE. We were established in 2005. At present, we have over 6,300 students from over 127 different nationalities, many of which are European, from Spain, Italy, Greece, the UK, everywhere, you name it, and we have students from there. So the guys are just getting set up in position now, so we'll join them live now to start our campus tour. Over to you guys.
Our campus is across 4 blocks, 15, 16, 17, and 19, and each of the block has something unique to offer. We have various classrooms, creative labs, and studios, which will help you throughout your whole studies. And now I will show you our biggest classroom, the Barnett Auditorium. So welcome to Barnett Auditorium. This is our biggest classroom here with capacity for over 200 students. And the biggest classes are being held here. So get familiar definitely with this room.
Hello again. Come with me and I will show you some of our technological classrooms and innovations. So this area of block 15 where we are now houses our robotics lab, graphic design, some of our computing labs and our VR studio. So let me show you. So this is our VR lab, which is holds our immersive VR theatre, as well as a lot of technological equipment, which is some of the best in class that we have. So we have some of our Oculus equipment, our high-powered computers that will showcase some of the VR creations, and students will be able to create new worlds in here. And basically bring things to life. So it's an amazing room. So that is our VR and AI lab. Over here, we have our Cisco lab, and Cisco CCNA is one of the many accreditations someone can get at Middlesex University. So again, this is the industry class equipment that Cisco use to create your Cisco labs. That is, for people who want to become Cisco engineers. We also have our Dell EMC accreditations, which can be done here as well. Our Robotech lab is an amazing lab. Here you can see some of the amazing equipment. Here's one of the robots that have been built here. And of course we have Pepper, who's sleeping right now, who is here to interact with our students and can be programmed to do many, many things. We have a huge amount of amazing equipment from our manipulator arms. And here are some of the the competitions that they have won from our professors and students for the manipulation arms and other robotics competitions. So you can see a huge amount of electronic and electric equipment. Let's take a look at our graphic design studios. So again, best-in-class equipment, which our students are used to design their projects and products. And some of the students have designed some of their final year products here. So this is some packaging that they have made for the electronic products that they've created. And there's a huge amount of creativity and ideas that flow through this area of the university.
If you are looking for the perfect place to hang out in between your classes, welcome to our social hub, a place where you can play various games such as football, or we have here our arcade machines. And also, if you would like to hang out a little bit with your friends, you can play basketball here. And if you would like to know something special about this, is the view at the scene. I will show you now something that you might be captivated by, and it's our gaming room, which is equipped with our PlayStation 5 sets. So this is the perfect place to really let your thoughts disappear. We also have here our games room, where you can play ping pong or pool. And another great feature is that if you are into playing some musical instrument, we have our music room, where you can join our music club and spend your free time here. Welcome to the second part of our social hub, which is mainly a sitting area where you can hang out with your friends in these cute little chairs, or you can take your cold coffee and gossip here with your girlies.
Welcome to our Sports Performance Lab. If you are passionate about sport, then here is the place you want to be. You can take part in our bachelor's program, and we also have our MSc in Strength and Conditioning and Sports Performance Analysis. So here you'll take part in many of the sporting programs and use some of the high-tech equipment we have. It's one of our newer programs, and we'd love to see you here if you're passionate about sport.
Welcome to our Middlesex Library, where you can find all the various genres in these full shelves, all that will support your studies here at our university. As we enter these library spaces, you can find here an area where you can do group studying projects, and there is also a silent study room where you can prepare for your exams. As well, we have here a special law library for the law students and fiction library if you would like to hang out with your favorite book.
We are in the study district, which is a large group work and event space. Right now it is set up for our summer camp at MDX Dubai, which is hugely popular with people who want to come here during the summer and experience the university. When this room is not used for event space, such as our art competitions and things like that. It's used for group work. So you can come here as a student, relax a bit. So we have our beanbags here, and you can also, group work. These are normally set up in smaller tables, so you can come sit down and do some work. We also have these individual study rooms which you can use, and they're kind of available on like a first come, first served basis. So if you want to study and have a little bit more quiet, it's an amazing place to come and stay.
Welcome to our Middlesex Icon Studio, a heaven for our fashion students. You can see here all the models that were being created by our students here. If you decided to take up this course, you will be probably having most of your classes here, where you can use the sewing machines, mannequins, and also designing softwares. I will tell you very extraordinary thing about our university, and it is that the final exam for your course is going to be a fashion show where you will have to create models and then present them on a full fashion show. So this is our another Icon Studio. Here you can see the sewing machines, and they're in the back, and also here you can see the models that our students created.
So thank you very much to Josh and Paulina for that amazing tour. I hope you guys got a good sense and a flavour of what we have to offer here facilities-wise at Middlesex University Dubai, and also got some insights into some of the amazing programs that we offer here at Middlesex University Dubai. So I think Paulina actually wants to go back and show us some footage of our amazing gym here. So Paulina, we'll head back to you at the Middlesex gym.
If you are of a sporty spirit, you can join our sports clubs at our university, and you can play football, basketball, volleyball, or join our athletics club. And in between your classes, you can train in our fully equipped gym, as you can see here. Also, ladies, this is a perfect place to let your thoughts out.
Great, thank you very much for that, Paulina. So the guys are just on their way back now. So I think Josh is just on his way back in. Josh? Thank you for that amazing tour, Josh.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, it's good. Not too hot out there.
Excellent. And I'll also welcome back Paulina, who's just on her way back in now. And I will hand over to the guys for the Q&A session now, if you guys want to go through some of the questions that we have here.
Wonderful.
Hi everyone. So if you have any questions from now, you can go and ask them here in the live chat, and we'll be happy to answer them all to you.
Perfect. How was your tour experience?
It's honestly, it's very nice to always see the whole university, because when you enroll into some program, you only usually use the same spaces over and over again, but it's very lovely to see it all again.
So you're a law student here,
Yeah.
of course. So do you actually get to see many of the other spaces, or is it only when you do the tours?
So usually when my classes are being taught, I'm usually in the Barnett Auditorium or in the meeting room. For law students, I would advise you to get very familiar with the books, because the literature is the most important thing during this course. And sometimes, just the chill out area, but I like coffees and enjoy my time there with my friends. What would you say, as a worker here, that is the best place for you to hang out at the campus?
On the campus, I mean, I think our office, to be honest, in admissions is pretty good. So if you want to come and see us in admissions, we are in here in block 16. I mean, that's all well and good if you are kind of a domestic student here applying from the UAE, but if you are an international student from UK or Europe, that's going to be more difficult. I suppose that means that when you come to Middlesex, you'll probably want to come at least like 10, 14 days before to kind of get settled.
Yeah, I definitely agree that you have to come more in advance. I personally came just 2 days before my university started, and I didn't have much time to adapt to the city and saw it all in advance. So I had to do everything throughout the university, which was not really the best idea. But yeah, definitely come more in advance. I can see here a question from my dear mama. What has been my biggest lesson so far? So I would all advise you from my lesson. I would say that you grow the most when you step out of your comfort zone. My comfort zone was studying back in my home country, but I decided not to do it, and I moved here to Dubai, and my life has changed the most. What about you? I would say that this is the most important thing, just to step out of your comfort zone, to experience more, and to grow the most.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I came to Dubai about a year ago, so I came from a UK university, kind of quite similar to this, and I liked it a lot because mainly I found the energy here at Middlesex was amazing, really. It's the staff are wonderful, the students, they are buzzing, they have a huge energy, they're all really nice. And I think for me, being here as a member of staff in admissions, I look at the students and seeing them happy is wonderful. And I know I can just tell from that it's a great place to be as a student, because everyone's having fun. You don't see people walking around moping and just being upset. It's always nice.
I have a question for you. If you could make the decision all over again, would you decide to stay in the UK or move to Dubai?
Excellent question. I would come to Dubai. I'm really pleased I came out here. So, life in the UK is wonderful and, it's great. But I think being in Dubai, there's so many more opportunities depending on what you want to do. And I'm really pleased that I found a university that to be back in the educational field, because I love interacting with students and staff, and I feel that education is a force for good everywhere you go. It's a great career to go into. And universities are brilliant. I mean, to be able to come from general education where you're focused on a huge variety of things, where your knowledge is really general, and then you're focusing kind of at GCSE, A-level, and you'll narrow down your kind of knowledge pyramid, as it were, and you'll get into undergrad, and then you'll get into postgrad, and you're doing your masters, and that's amazing to keep narrowing down your field into something you're really passionate about.
Okay, yeah, that's amazing. I would like to add on the topic that the UK is great, but Dubai is way better. I personally come from a very small village where you can find one pub, one church, and one very small shop, and this can limit everything that you do. So for me, this was the biggest change I had to experience coming to Dubai, where you have absolutely everything you can think of. So that would be my experience. I can see here a question: why does law have its own library? Well, it's because the law course is very massive. You have to really absorb all the literature and all the lectures. It's not just the course that you attend the classes, but you really have to prepare into it. I have my best friend. She is studying international business. The course is a bit different. You cannot very compare it, because if you decide to take other course than law, then the studying style is very practical. You get to practice whatever you are doing. In law, you also get to do this, but you have to study way more than in other courses, at least by my opinion. So, okay, Josh, I have a question. How accepting are students at Middlesex University Dubai? Like, are students from different cultures always mixing around? Or is it very secluded?
Yeah, people are always mixing. That's the best thing about Middlesex University, and also where it's based. So we're based in Dubai Knowledge Park, which is... We have a few blocks. I think, did you mention it in your tour?
Yes,
I did
all
the blocks. So yeah, 15, 16, 17 and 19 we have, and there are other universities around us, some of the larger ones, some of the smaller ones, and being around with students from different universities is brilliant, because again, you have that kind of energy that you don't get in when you're kind of isolated away on a small campus. And Dubai Knowledge Park, the way it's kind of designed is kind of Harvard-esque. You have this winding path and the trees, and it's brilliant seeing everyone interacting. There's no rivalry, and I think that's the best thing. You kind of,
it's very lovely here.
You see people talking to each other, depending, it doesn't matter where they are, they'll all go to the same Starbucks or Costa and get the same coffees. That's great.
And also you are in the center of the city, so what I do usually after my classes, I just pack up my bag and I go to the JBR beach or to some beach club at Palm, or just even hang out in a cafe in Marina. It's very nice, so who wouldn't want to do that?
Where do you hang out in the marina?
Huh?
Where do you go in the marina?
So my favorite spot is the Acai spot. It's very close to the station. Okay, so we have here another question. How's the cost of living in Dubai compared to the UK? So compared to the UK, I think you should be...
Okay, so when I came here, people warned, well, before I came here, I should say, people were like, Dubai's really expensive, and you're going to be shocked when you come here. But I was not shocked. I mean, living in the UK all my life and seeing that kind of cost of living go up and up and up, it was no shock to come here and have the prices the same as the UK. I think some things are even cheaper, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely think that some things are definitely more affordable than the prices in whole Europe. So just to mix it up, or when somebody's asking me to advise them how is the financial side, I would like to inform you that you should be prepared to pay around or up to 1,500 libras per month. It depends. It can be less. It can be more. Just how is your standards?
I guess that's your kind of cost of living. That's how you kind of live. Because you can live, if you want to live that Instagram lifestyle,
it's going to be more.
It's going to be more, isn't it? But if you want to live, I mean...
Yeah, if you came here just to study and enjoy your life, no, just to study, it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. But I mean, I found strange things like in the groceries and things like cheaper than the UK, like cheese and butter and like basics like that are like the same, if not. And the mad thing is that the cheese is coming from the UK and it's being shipped over here, and it's like cheaper than I could buy it from like Sainsbury's, like other shops in the UK.
So when you're traveling back to the UK, are you getting lots of cheese?
No, I don't. Yeah, if anything, I bring the cheese back from Dubai back to the UK.
Okay. So we have here another question. What type of events or activities do students have to participate in? Oh my God, this topic is huge, because at the university, every single day there is something happening. There are big events, there are small events. You can join like social clubs, you can join sports clubs. There are many like events happening within your course, so you might get involved into that. It's amazing. What is your favorite event here?
I mean, sports is huge at the university. We must have 25 sports clubs or so.
Wow.
Around 20 to 25. And they're huge at the university. That's a lot of the topics and talk that we have are about our sports clubs, music, dance. I mean, a lot of this is covered. So we have a podcast that we run, MDX Unplugged, which I think I'll be able to put the link to at the end of this session. And we kind of talk, a lot more about the sports side of things, the social side of things. So if you want kind of a bit more of an in-depth behind the scenes, you can follow that podcast and look at a few of the clips online, MDX Unplugged. You'll be able to find a bit more of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on. But there's a load of activities that happen, all the events like at the careers fairs, the fashion shows, which I think you were part of as well.
Yes, I was part of the fashion show that was being held here at campus number 15. I have already mentioned this during the virtual university tour, but this event is huge. If you are thinking of studying or doing your undergrads in the fashion industry, the fashion course, You are going to have so much fun, and by the end of your studies, you are going to be able to make your whole new portfolio, present yourself, and even maybe sometimes collaborate with big brands. But I would like to get back to the events, because there is one particular event that is my favorite, and it's the International Day. If you haven't heard of it, so this is such a huge event that is being held outside of the campus, and because our university has students from more than 125 countries, I suppose. Every single country, or all the students from one country, can just create like a stand with their own country and present their country to the other people. And it's very nice because, sometimes people want to travel the whole world and see everything everywhere, try all the foods, talk to many people. What I would say is just enough to go here and join this event.
That's amazing. And so Hania can do things that isn't studying.
Sorry?
Hania on the comments can do things that isn't studying.
Oh.
She said she doesn't want to study.
Okay, then come to Middlesex.
No.
You will enjoy it.
You'll enjoy it. But we have the social room, the social hub. That's an amazing place. If you just want to like crash out and just
definitely.
relax, then that's always good. One of the comments we have here is, what do I need apart from my grades to join film? I've made some short films and want to do bigger projects. Well, that is amazing, Frederick, and also an excellent question, because we have an amazing film course that runs here, BA Honours Film. We have, as part of the film course, the top films, I think it's maybe the top 10 to 12, I believe, get shown at Dubai Hills Cinema, which has the largest screen in the UAE. Sorry, not UAE, in the Middle East. So that's pretty big. So it's a huge kind of IMAX style laser projection. So imagine kind of having your short film shown on a huge screen. So that's one of the perks of being here, and we're one of the only universities that do that. We also use kind of the RED cameras, which are industry standard cameras used by Netflix and Amazon, and all the lenses. I think we have about we have so much industry standard equipment in the film department. It's incredible, as well as kind of, I think, did you show the podcast booths and things like that? And
yeah, everything was there.
Yeah.
So if you are planning to come to Dubai, you can definitely come and stop by and see it on your own eyes before you enroll to the university.
Well, with the film as well, so they also, I forgot to say, they invite industry leaders
Yeah,
to the MDX, I think we call it Premier du MDX. Maybe speak better French than me, but yeah, Premier du MDX for the film program. And in terms of the kind of the admission side of things, if you're doing A levels, you'll probably want B, B, C in your A level grades, and the only extra things are an interview. But if you have, a film portfolio, that's also great, because they may want to look at some of your short films. So there's a faculty interview for the film course, because of it being so good, it can sometimes be there's the chance that it might be oversubscribed. So you want to get in there quickly, apply early, have your interview with the course leaders in order to get your place at our film course.
Okay, I hope this was answered well enough. We have here another question. What are career opportunities in Dubai? This is an amazing question, because I believe that when students are considering studying abroad, the question of working alongside studying is very common and very popular. So at our university, we have our dedicated careers department with over 250 partners who are cooperating with our university. So if you are enrolled, our university will definitely help you to find a good place to work and find good internships, maybe part-time jobs. They will help you to create your CV, right?
Mm-hmm. CV, cover letters, your personal brand, LinkedIn profiles. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, so you are already getting people work for you.
I think our careers fairs as well, we have over 200 businesses that come here twice a year, and I think our careers team are brilliant in helping you accelerate your career prospects.
Honestly, I have never joined this kind of event, but I heard many of my friends being happy that they found great internship opportunities there. So definitely can go and check it out. Okay, so we have here question: is there an executive MBA at Middlesex? Is it given in evening program? How does it work? Would you like to answer this question?
Yes, we do have an executive MBA. So we have our daytime MBA, and our executive MBA. So if you have just graduated and you're not in the world of work yet, you can go straight in from your undergraduate to our daytime MBA, and that's brilliant. No work experience is required. There's an exclusive study grant for the daytime MBA, and that takes place, the normal kind of university time. So you don't have to worry about stepping out of your comfort zone straight away or finding work straight away. And then you'll basically get trained and you'll come out with an MBA. By comparison, we have the executive MBA, and that's tailored for people who are in the world of work, who have about 2 years of work experience. Those are evening courses, and that's brilliant because you're working during the day and then you come in the evening. For the full time, you're looking at about 4 evenings a week, 6:30 to 9:30 they run, and it's an amazing session, not just for the learning you'll get, but for the networking opportunities, because if you think about it, all those professionals from businesses across the UAE coming to Middlesex, you'll be speaking to them in the evening, and the amount of connections in Dubai is all about who your network and things like that. So you're going to build amazing connections and friends. And the MBA program, there's also a couple of trips, and one of those is Paris, Milan, I believe. I can't remember which ones, but it was Milan at least, for the executive MBA trips, which is amazing. That's all included in the cost of the MBA, which also has another exclusive grant at the minute, which is running at 20% off the cost on the website. So if you want to apply for that, you can go to our website, apply for the executive MBA. It's a brilliant program.
Since you are already speaking about the MBA program, there is a question: how can someone who is employed in Dubai can study an MBA at the same time while working?
So if you wanted to kind of work, there's a lot of things I probably wouldn't be able to tell you because they're kind of visa related, and your visa might be kind of personal to you. Generally, and I'm just saying generally, most people can work 20 hours a week on their student visa. So they'll be able to find some part-time work or to some internships. We even have a internal jobs page, which employers post their jobs on our Middlesex page because they're looking for Middlesex students. So if you're doing an evening postgraduate course, you can work during the day. If you're doing a daytime course, and we even have some of our undergraduate students here who are working as well, either as interns at the university. I think you started. Did you do your undergrads and work at the same time?
Kind of managing it.
Manages it,
but
okay.
I wouldn't call it just like studying and working.
No, okay, fine.
Let's keep it studying.
Studying, yeah. So it is possible to do. It can be. It could. It depends on you, I suppose. If you're good at balancing your time and resources, and you want to, work, there is the possibility to.
Definitely, I would say that everything is possible here in Dubai. So if you are thinking of doing something, there is always a way how to execute it out. There is another interesting question. Do you have assistance for children who cannot hear or communicate using sign language?
Excellent question. Our CAS team, that's our careers advisory service.
Yeah.
We have student support systems in place at the university, and if you do have kind of additional requirements, such as you might be like this person says, who are potentially deaf, cannot hear, or need to communicate using sign language, there's options available that we will look to support you. So when you apply, there's options on the application form to basically say, yes, I might need some additional requirements as part of my learning. When you tick that box, we'll send that to our specialist support team. They'll contact you and go through kind of what additional needs or requirements you have, whether that be, for example, if you were harder hearing, the lecturers might use Teams with closed captions in order to help kind of if it's easier to read, it's easy if your lectures are recorded and then you can read the text using live text translation, or if you were partially sighted, the option to sit somewhere else in the room so you can read the room a bit better. So there's a lot of support available, and if you are a student that does require extra support, we'll book in sessions weekly to catch up with you. But also, if something kind of crops up during the way, and this can quite happen with kind of mental health and things like that, you can always drop into the student support services to do like a 2-hour drop-in, 1-hour drop-in, and basically get some help, because it happens to everyone sometimes, especially in years 2 and 3. You can sometimes feel it might get a bit overwhelming, so it's always nice to have somewhere you can go to have someone you can speak to, basically.
I would definitely say that the center here for your academic success and the help for the students is on very high level. Whether you are just feeling a little too hot, you can go to the medical room to get some ice on your forehead, or whether you just need to talk to somebody about your own personal problems, there is always somebody to be here for you. Or you might be struggling with your grades, maybe with your studying style, maybe you cannot cite very perfectly. There is also a department for this. So if you are worrying about this, I can only tell you, don't worry. We have here another question. Is it possible to know the detailed course to study in an MBA section before applying or starting it?
Yeah, you can definitely find out a bit more about our MBA courses on our website. So we have 12 different MBA programs, which can seem like a lot. And first of all, you might not even know where you want to start specializing in. We even have some newer subject areas such as aviation, real estate, and things like that. That you might be interested as well. And if you don't perhaps know where you want to take your MBA, you can always do the general MBA, and then and basically kind of start to focus in. So you can go on our website, you can click on those, and you can drop down into the modules for each one and find out what each module is throughout the semesters you study here. You can also, on that same page, contact the lecturers and the professors who are here in order to find out a bit more. We have some open days if you're in Dubai. We have our next one is on the 12th of July, and we also have some virtual open days coming up. So if you go on our events page on the MDX Dubai website, you'll see when our next virtual open days are coming up, and you'll be able to speak to a few different people about
that's
modules.
true. If you are seeking some more professional answers to your questions, definitely go to the website, and all the information are written there. So I think that's all from the questions now. I wonder if there is anybody from UK. Can you tell me what's the temperature there?
Yeah,
I can tell you that I've been looking forward the most for the weather here in Dubai, because whole the Central Europe, the weather is like sometimes sunny, sometimes windy, it's raining, storm, whatever. Here in Dubai, it's sunny, it's hot, you can go out, you can tan. It's amazing.
We've got an answer. It's chill.
Yeah, it's chill.
It's chill.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Because actually I'm back in the UK end of the month, so I need to know. Can you give me a long-term weather forecast, a couple of weeks? Then I don't need to look online.
Yeah. Oh.
Now we've got another few questions in. Okay, so again about the MBA course, in general, how many questions given to the MBA program? So we have 12. There are 12 different pathways you can take, and there'll be a number of modules in the 2 semesters you do. So have a look at our website and you can see what modules we offer, what courses available. And we have Leon who's asking about the MOH ESR and CAA programs accreditation. That's an excellent question. So the university is CAA accredited, and we are running through our courses to kind of get them accredited throughout the year. So
it's in the process.
Yeah, it's in process. So I don't have the official answer, but I know that it's currently in process. But the university itself is accredited with MOE.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have some more questions, go and type them down as soon as possible, because soon we will be closing this live stream. I would just like to ask you, what is your favorite part, or what's your favorite activity to do here in Dubai except work?
In Dubai, except work. Wow, I do love work. I even though it's hot, I like going for a walk. So I live near the marina, and what do you laugh at? It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. I normally go in the evening when it's cooler, actually, and I go and get ice cream at Blue Waters.
Okay.
So that's always nice. I go for a walk for about 30 minutes, and then
That's
I get
really
ice cream
nice.
and walk back, and that's good exercise. And other things in Dubai, maybe sometimes I do want to live the Instagram lifestyle, and I'll go for a brunch. So I don't know if you know about brunches if you're from the UK. I didn't really know. I thought it's just between breakfast and lunch, and then it's no, it's actually just a party with an all-you-can-eat thing. So that's insane. But there's so much to do here. It's amazing, and the fact that things are open so late. So if I'm just kind of bored and want to go, I don't know, walk around a mall for example, because there's lots of things to do. They're open till 11, 12.
You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. Whereas in the UK, they just put you to bed, at about 4 p.m. And just because everything just closes, so it's okay, it's nighttime now, you can go to sleep. So it's quite refreshing being in Dubai and everything's just open. You can be active all the time.
Yeah, that's true. There is one more question. How easy it is to change between degrees?
Well, it's definitely possible.
It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps maybe after year one, if the course isn't for you, there's a possibility of changing to a kind of different pathway on maybe a similar one. Otherwise, then...
I know that there is a possibility to change within the first 2 weeks of your studies, the whole major. And the degrees, I believe you can change even also after 1 year. After 2 years, I'm not very sure. But there is definitely the possibility.
Ooh, graduation question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask.
So for graduating ceremony after the MBA, does it have to be done in the UK? So it's not. You will graduate in Dubai. So the degree you get is a UK degree. It comes from our Middlesex London campus. And our last graduation was at the Atlantis Hotel, which was amazing.
Yes.
It's a superb hotel. Massive as well. So you've got that kind of basically overlooking the beach, overlooking the sea. An amazing graduation. So you'll graduate here in Dubai, but you'll have a UK degree.
Yeah, exactly. So I believe that's all for the questions, right?
Yes, I think so. Can you switch? I think that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else to add?
I would just like to tell you all, if you are thinking about seriously studying to Dubai, don't think too much, don't overthinking, just do it. That would be the best advice I would like to give you from my own experience. Just do it. Come here. You will enjoy your life. You will live your best life. You will get high quality education. You will meet new people, get to know new culture, have good weather, good coffee. Everything's going to be perfect.
Good coffee, yeah.
So we'll be excited to have you here.
No, you're right. So any other questions you have, you can contact us through our website. We have a dedicated admissions inbox, but the easiest thing to do, I think, if you want to apply here, if you haven't already, is to just go to the website, hit apply now, and one of our dedicated admissions counsellors will be in touch with you, like myself, like anyone else in the here in the admissions department, and we're really friendly. So we're here.
You can see.
I mean, exactly. So we're here to support your application, and that's the main thing. We're here to support you and your application. Even if, for example, you're worried about the grades, not meeting the grades or something like that, or any other questions, we are your dedicated counsellors who are here to sort of, here for you on WhatsApp, email, phone, should you need it. So, I think that was my favourite thing about Middlesex, like the support you get. We're a supportive organisation, and we're here for you to help you apply.
Yeah, all right. So thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, you just heard what to do, and we'll be excited to see you on the campus soon. Right?
Amazing. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.